Make today count. Ladies and gentlemen, dreamers, doers, and those standing on the edge of possibility, today is not just another date on the calendar. Today is a door. Today is a chance. Today is a new beginning wrapped in the ordinary, waiting for you to make it extraordinary. So I stand before you with one simple message: make today count. Every sunrise brings you a fresh page. What you write on that page is entirely up to you. Will it be filled with excuses or effort, complaints or courage? Will it be another chapter of waiting, or the first chapter of becoming? Your dreams, those visions that keep you awake at night, are not unreachable. They're simply waiting for consistent steps taken one day at a time. Not giant leaps fueled by rare bursts of motivation, but small daily actions powered by commitment. Success is not a lightning strike. It's a slow burn. It's built in quiet moments, early mornings, and the decision to try again when trying feels inconvenient. Today is your opportunity to move the needle even a little, to learn one new thing, solve one small problem, strengthen one skill, make one brave choice. Do not underestimate the power of one. One step becomes momentum. Momentum becomes progress. Progress becomes transformation. And yes, you'll face resistance. Fear may whisper that you're not ready. Doubt may tell you you're not capable. The world may try to convince you that today is too soon, or that you should wait until you feel inspired. But inspiration isn't something you wait for, it's something you create by moving forward. Action generates clarity. Action fuels confidence. Action builds belief. Think of your future self standing years ahead, living the life you dream of today. That future self depends on the choices you make right now. Every bit of effort you invest today becomes a gift to the person you are becoming. And every day you let pass untouched becomes a debt that future you will have to repay. So choose wisely. Choose boldly. Choose today. Look at your goals and ask, what can I do in the next 24 hours that moves me closer? Not the perfect plan, not the biggest move, just the next one. Because greatness is not built in a day, but it is built day by day. Make today count by showing up for your dreams. Make it count by being a little braver, a little stronger, a little more committed than you were yesterday. Make it count by refusing to settle for who you were and choosing who you want to become. Remember this: if you treat each day as an opportunity, life becomes a series of opportunities. If you treat today as a gift, life becomes a collection of gifts. And if you truly decide to make today count, your future will thank you in ways you cannot even imagine. So when you walk away from this moment, don't wait for the perfect time. Don't wait for permission. Don't wait for the stars to align. Start now. Start here. Start with what you have, who you are, and where you stand, because today is enough. Your life changes the moment you decide it must change. Not when the circumstances improve, not when someone finally believes in you, not when life gets easier. It changes when you choose to take ownership of your day. You see, destiny is not written by chance, it's written by choices. And every day hands you a pen. Some people wait for inspiration before they act, but the truth is, inspiration often follows action. When you rise early, when you commit, when you push through resistance, your own progress becomes the spark that fuels you. If you want your life to move forward, your day must move forward. If you want big results, you need small, daily victories. If you want to feel proud of your future, start doing things today that your future self will applaud. Let's be clear. Making today count does not mean being perfect. It means being intentional. It means doing what matters even when it's difficult. It means choosing progress over procrastination, courage over comfort, and purpose over distraction. And yes, comfort is tempting. Distractions are everywhere. Doubts can be loud, but your dreams deserve a voice louder than fear, stronger than excuses, and more persistent than your obstacles. Every goal you have is reachable, but only if you stop giving your power away to hesitation. Imagine what could happen if you treated today like it truly mattered. Imagine what you could build if you didn't waste the hours you have. Imagine the person you could become if you stopped waiting for tomorrow. The truth is, your dream doesn't need a perfect plan. It needs a persistent you. A you who wakes up and shows up. A you who understands that the path to success is paved with daily decisions. A you who doesn't quit on yourself when life gets hard. Because life will get hard. Challenges will come. Things won't go your way. But that's not a sign to stop. It's a sign to grow. The strongest people are not the ones who had the easiest journey. They're the ones who kept going when many would have stopped. They made every day count, even the days filled with fear, setbacks, or uncertainty. So take this moment to decide that today, right now, matters. Take this moment to choose determination over doubt. Take this moment to promise yourself that you will never again underestimate the power of a single day. If you give your best today, you will wake up tomorrow stronger. If you make today count, you will make your life count. Your dreams are waiting. Your future is waiting. But they cannot begin without you taking the first step today. So go forward with courage. Go forward with purpose. Go forward with the fire of someone who refuses to let another day slip away unnoticed. Your life is happening right now. Not next month, not after everything falls into place, not someday when conditions feel perfect. Today is your life, and what you do with it determines everything that follows. There will always be reasons to delay, always something you feel you need first, more confidence, more time, more certainty, more support. But here's the truth that separates those who succeed from those who only wish. The people who rise are the ones who start before they feel ready. You become ready by doing. You become confident by trying. You become strong by moving. And every time you choose action over avoidance, you reclaim a piece of the life you want. But let's talk about something deeper, self-belief. Because making today count isn't just about grinding, hustling, or pushing harder. It's about understanding your worth. It's about knowing that your dreams matter because you matter. It's about recognizing that your potential isn't an accident. It's a responsibility. The world needs what only you can give. Your voice, your ideas, your passion, your courage. These are not random traits. They're clues to your purpose. And when you choose to make today count, you honor the reason you're here. Think about the people who look up to you, the ones you know and the ones you don't even realize are watching. When you rise, you don't rise alone. You give others permission to rise too. Your discipline inspires discipline. Your growth inspires growth. Your bravery becomes a silent message. If I can, you can. And that is the impact of making a single day count. It creates a ripple. One choice becomes momentum. Momentum becomes consistency. Consistency becomes mastery. and mastery becomes a life that feels meaningful, fulfilled, and powerful. But how do you start? You start by asking yourself one question each morning. What can I do today that brings me closer to who I want to become? Not everything, not the whole dream, just something. And when you lay your head down at night, ask, did I make today count? If the answer is yes, you are winning. If the answer is not yet, then tomorrow you begin again with renewed purpose and a stronger heart. Because making today count is not about perfection. It's about direction. It's about choosing your dream each morning and defending it each evening. It's about showing up, even in small ways, until those small steps turn into unstoppable strides. So stand tall, take a deep breath, and remember this final truth. You don't get a second chance at today, but you do get the chance to make it meaningful. You get the chance to turn effort into progress, progress into pride, and pride into the life you've always envisioned. You have more power than you think. You have more strength than you've shown. And your best days are not behind you, they are waiting to be created, starting now. Every great story begins with a single moment when someone decided to do more than just exist. They decided to live. They decided to take the day in front of them and turn it into something meaningful. That decision is available to you right now. No matter who you've been, no matter what you've faced, no matter how many times you've fallen or doubted yourself, today is still yours to shape. The past cannot be changed, but the future is waiting for your next move. And that move starts with the choices you make in the next hours, the next moments, the next breath. Too many people underestimate the power of a single day. They think greatness arrives in flashes of brilliance, sudden opportunities, or dramatic turning points. But greatness rarely announces its arrival. It's built quietly in the present moment, in the tasks no one sees, in the decisions no one applauds, in the effort you give when no one is watching. This is why today matters. Because today is your workshop. Today is your training ground. Today is your chance to build the strength you will need tomorrow. Think about what you truly want in life, not the watered-down version you've convinced yourself is realistic, but the full, unfiltered dream. The dream that scares you. The dream that excites you. The dream that won't leave you alone. That dream is not asking for perfection. It's asking for progress. It's asking you to show up today, even if you show up imperfectly. You don't need a heroic effort. You just need a genuine one. You don't need all the answers. You just need curiosity. You don't need to feel fearless. You just need to take action despite the fear. Because courage isn't the absence of fear. Courage is moving anyway. And when you choose courage today, you reshape your entire future. But let me remind you of something even more powerful. You deserve a life that excites you. You deserve mornings filled with purpose, days filled with progress, evenings filled with pride, and nights filled with possibility. This is not reserved for the lucky. This is not reserved for the gifted. This is not reserved for the chosen few. It is reserved for those who truly decide to make today count. So before this day slips away, choose one thing you will commit to. One step, one action, one moment of bravery. Today, I move closer, closer to your goals, closer to your purpose, closer to the person you are becoming. Because when you stack days of intention on top of each other, they transform into weeks of progress, months of mastery, and years of unstoppable growth. One day becomes everything. One decision becomes a breakthrough. One step becomes a journey. And it all begins not tomorrow, not someday, but today. So take this moment, hold it tight, and make yourself a promise. This day will not be wasted. This day will not be forgotten. This day will count. Now go forward with fire in your heart and determination in your spirit. Your dreams are waiting, and they grow closer with every powerful choice you make. Your turning point. Because every person who ever transformed their life can look back at a moment, a single day when everything shifted. Not because the world changed, but because they did. Maybe that moment is today for you. Maybe this is the message that finally awakens the part of you that is tired of waiting, tired of doubting, tired of shrinking. Maybe this is the spark you've needed, the permission you didn't know you were allowed to give yourself. If so, then good, because this is the perfect moment to rise. You see, life is not measured in years, it's measured in days that truly mattered. Days when you made decisions with courage instead of comfort. Days when you refused to give up, even when it would have been easier. Days when you gave yourself the chance to grow, to try, to believe. Today can be one of those days. Today should be one of those days. Because every great life is built on a foundation of meaningful todays. But here's the truth many people never understand. You don't need motivation every day. You need commitment. Motivation comes and goes, but commitment stays. Motivation is emotional, but commitment is a decision. Motivation fades, but commitment builds empires. When you are committed to making today count, you don't wait for the right mood. You create the right momentum. You don't let fear stop you. You let it sharpen you. You don't let failure define you. You let it educate you. And once you adopt this mindset, something incredible happens. You become unstoppable. Not because you never struggle, but because you no longer stop when you struggle. Not because you never fall, but because you always rise. Not because the path is perfect, but because your determination is. Imagine waking up every morning with the absolute certainty that your life is moving forward, not someday, not hopefully, but intentionally, directly, and powerfully. Imagine the confidence that grows when you trust yourself enough to act daily on what matters. That confidence becomes your armor. That consistency becomes your compass. That discipline becomes your superpower. And suddenly, what once looked impossible begins to look inevitable. Why? Because you made today count. And then you made tomorrow count. And then you made the day after that count. String enough powerful, purposeful days together, and you will shock yourself with what you become capable of. But understand this clearly. No one can make today count for you. Not your friends, not your family, not your mentors, not your circumstances. You are the one who decides how this day will be shaped. You are the one who chooses whether to step forward or stand still. You are the one who determines whether this day becomes another missed opportunity or the moment everything starts to shift. So take ownership of this moment. Take command of your life. Take responsibility for your dream. Because your future is built by the choices you make right now, in these hours, in these decisions, in these moments that no one else sees. Stand tall, stand ready, stand committed, and with full certainty, declare to yourself, this is my day, this is my chance, this is my moment, and I will make today count. Let that be your truth. Let that be your fire. Let that be the beginning of the greatest chapter of your life. The pen is in your hand. The page is blank. And today is waiting for you to make it unforgettable. He level where making today count becomes part of who you are. Not something you force. Not something you remember occasionally. But something that becomes your identity. Because the truth is, the most successful, fulfilled, powerful people in the world don't just make some days count. They make every day count because they see every day as a piece of their destiny. And that is the mindset that changes everything. When you start treating today like a sacred piece of your future, you stop wasting time. You stop settling. You stop playing small. You start making choices that align with the life you want, not the life you're trying to escape. You begin to wake up with intention, not obligation. You begin to operate from purpose, not pressure. You begin to act from strength, not fear. And you start living with a level of clarity that most people never experience. This is the point where your days gain weight. Your actions matter more. Your habits sharpen. Your dreams feel closer. And your belief in yourself grows deeper. You begin to realize that the gap between where you are and where you want to be is not as wide as you once thought. It's not measured in miles. It's measured in daily decisions. Every day you choose discipline over distraction. You close the gap. Every day you choose progress over perfection. You close the gap. Every day you choose courage over comfort. You close the gap. And little by little, day by day, you start stepping into the life that once felt far away. But here's the part people don't talk about enough. There will be days when making today count feels heavy. Days when you don't feel motivated. Days when your energy is low. Days when doubt creeps in and whispers, "Why bother?" But those days, those difficult ones, are the days that matter the most. Anyone can make today count when everything is going right. But the ones who rise, the ones who succeed, the ones who transform, they make today count even when it's hard. And that's where true growth happens. Not in perfection, but in persistence. Not in easy days, but in tough ones. Not in confidence, but in courage. Remember this. You are not defined by how many times you struggle, but by how many times you respond with intention. Because when you show up on hard days, you build resilience. You build character. You build strength that cannot be shaken. And that strength becomes the foundation of the life you're creating. So yes, make today count. But do it with grace. Do it with patience. Do it with compassion for yourself. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be unstoppable every second. You don't have to conquer the world in one morning. You just have to show up with heart, with purpose, with belief. One step, one action, one decision, one day at a time. Because the day you stop underestimating the power of a single day is the day your life begins to rise to its true potential. So step into this moment. Step into this opportunity. Step into the version of yourself that knows your dreams are worth the work. Make today count. And let this be the chapter where everything inside you begins to align with the greatness you were born to live.